What did he hit?
He magma sprayed or magma jetted the satyr, and now seems to be resolving his scries. Looks like he's scrying both of them to the bottom. And now magma jet is
presumably two non-land cards.
Yeah. That's tough when you have to scry two really good spells to the bottom because you're just searching for lands and want to hit your land drops. He's made his third.
I think that's a
third land drop. Fellhide Brawler, Fellhide something of that nature.
Yeah, Fellhide Brawler.
Jesse untaps and plays a 4-mana spell that I can't immediately recognize.
Was it a Leaf Crown?
No, I think it may have
that's
been
the spider.
Grave Robber Spider.
Yeah,
I think
that's
what it was. Getting confirmation from our spotter there that was in fact Grave Robber Spider. Takes a couple points of damage from the Brawler. Gets in for a couple with the Spider. And plays a land. He comes out with Erebos' Emissary. That card's really good. So may shut down the Brawler if he so chooses to block with it. Is it about to get Bile Blighted? It is.
It is indeed. Yeah, it's very good play on that part.
He pitched Grey Merchant of Asphodel in order to...
And now comes a...
to pump it, and then he followed the Hammered it with his guy. So a 2 for 2 there, but you got to think that Jesse's 2 were better cards than Kory's 2.
Yeah.
So Kory got the better end of the exchange there, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Now he gets in for 2 more points of damage, and Jesse untaps.
Is that a Death Bellow Raider? No, it's the Skull Cleaver I think you just played.
I think that's actually is it Forsaken Drifters or whatever it is that returns a dude?
Oh yeah, he is. I'm sorry, I meant
the
one on Kory's side.
Yes. Yeah, that was last turn. He played the Death Bellow Raiders.
There comes the... that's the one that reduces the color requirements.
Right.
Ragemonger.
Yep.
That got solid.
Definitely Minotaur themed for Kory. We know that he has Mogus as well.
Mogus, I wanted to say he had a Warcaller as well, or maybe... No, that was one of the other decks.
Looks like we might be about to see an Erebos get bestowed upon the Drifters and then crashing in for 5, I think. Yeah, crashing in for 5. 1 mana left open, 1 green mana left open for Jesse as he ships the turn. Kory untaps and decides to get aggressive, turning all those guys sideways.
Minotaur Smash.
Yeah, blocking the Brawler but taking some damage from the other 2, dropping him down to 12. Is that an Arena Athlete? I think that's what it is. That's hitting the board there from Kory. Now Jesse goes into the tank.
Deciding how aggressive he wants to be because I think probably his initial plan was to race, but I don't think he's going to win this race. He does decide to crack in.
Well, he is getting in for 5 points of damage.
Exactly.
So he's going to drop him down to 8. Drop Kory down to 8. And then ship the turn with a lot of mana open. Can't really see what he has in his hand. But asphyxiate for Kory to get rid of the blocker. Now we're going to clear the way and get in for a significant amount of damage.
Right.
Kory takes it and drops his life total down to 6. Sorry, Jesse takes it. Excuse me. And he gets to untap with a chance to do 8 points of damage to win the game or come up with a blocker.
He gets something to bestow on this. There's many creatures. That looks like it.
There it might be. Yep. There it is. And now we're going to be going to an all-decisive Game 3. It's good to see that Jesse's deck gets to go to a Game 3,
right,
considering what happened in Game 1. So both these guys are relatively accomplished at the game. So glad we're going to get to see an actual match and not just I got rolled in Game 1 and do 2 mulligans and whatnot. So is this the pack that you guys opened earlier?
Those were some
draft leagues.
Extra junk that I pulled out of it. Very lackluster pack that we opened. I think the only playable card in it was a Bile Blight.
Wow, that's a pretty mediocre pack. Use some of these cards to help me recognize the cards when I see them. I try to draft this format a lot. Obviously, when you own the store, you're generally there for most of the drafts. So it's very easy to get in. But the last couple of weeks, I haven't been able to draft for various reasons. Last night, obviously, it was to get ready for this PTQ.
Right. Unfortunately, weekend work schedule doesn't allow me too many Friday nights off, so I haven't. That's another reason where I don't really play Moto, so
I
don't have a lot of experience with the format.
My wife would probably be displeased if I started spending money on digital cards again. So
yep.
She's not real happy when I'm spending money on physical cards.
Paper cards,
so.
yeah. I understand that. Looks like Jesse made a couple of changes.
Kory definitely has a better idea now of what Jesse's deck does and what configuration it's going to be in, for Game 3.
Right.
So, what sort of sideboard options did we decide that Jesse may have had? I didn't even see if he went to a sideboard or not.
Yeah, other than his, he's pretty much playing everything. He's got a couple of. Most of his stuff's non-playables. He's pretty much playing every good piece that he has.
I mean, sometimes that's really good in a seal pool when you have one very narrow build that's obviously correct and presents itself to you as being obviously correct.
Right.
It doesn't give you a lot of flexibility when it's time for sideboards, but you can have a very, very powerful main deck. So,
right. What does Viper's Kiss do?
It's the activated abilities of the thing can't be activated. Might also give like -1, -0.
Yeah, that's right.
Jesse's on the same plan as last game, going with the turn 2 Voyaging Satyr. Immediately reaches for it to put it in the bin, assuming that his opponent's going to kill it, and it doesn't happen.
So he's still keeping the red.
Yeah, he's on the junk.
We didn't see that.
We did not see that.
I thought it was straight green black. But
what do we think Jesse might have kept it in? A couple
of
the
hammers, probably. It's probably the only thing he kept in.
Yeah, that's what he was splashing from before. So he just never took his splash out.
I don't know if that's is it a necrobat? I'm not.
Asphyxiate is what happened.
Asphyxiate. That's right. So the Trompers chopped on over the graveyard.
Yep. But now we have Keepsake Gorgon and another Asphyxiate, and swinging in for 2 more. Double Asphyxiate from Kory is pretty good.
Yeah, Jesse can't even get any kind of game started right now.
Yeah, he's returned Centaur, and he's targeting his opponent. Gonna get a couple of lands, a Shrike Harpy, and a Magma Jet. So I think that's Magma Jet. It is, yeah. So two pieces of removal if you consider Shrike Harpy removal.
True.
It's potential removal. And you have a 2-4 body on the board, so like that's going to slow down Kory's aggro plan quite a bit. Not sure if the life totals are correct. I think Jesse may be at 16.
I think it's 2.
I just want to see how it looks.
Looks like we got a Ragemonger in play.
Yeah, Ragemonger hits the board for Kory and ships the turn. Jesse doesn't have a whole lot of outs to that card as far as removal spells. Like he has Falls of the Hammer, I guess.
Right.
That's really about it. Unless he brought in the Silverton Rock. That's another potential.
We're deciding into a black. You would assume that it would be there, but
What sort of options does Kory have at his disposal here?
I saw a Cyclops in there. Is that the Green Athlete?
That's not a Green Athlete.
No.
That's one of the guy's card that I can't identify. And a Gray Merchant. It is the Cyclops. Cyclops of One-Eyed Pass.
There you go.
The draining gain from Gary is going to gain Jesse 4 life, get him back to 20, and drop Kory down to 16. So basically, they just swap life totals there.
Yeah.
But it gives him yet another 2-4. Like, having a bunch of 2-4s on the battlefield when your opponent's on the aggro
Very
can
good.
be very good for you and very, very tiring for them. It's basically team wall. And one assumes Kory's used most of his good removal to get rid of the keepsake Gorgon and the Trompers from earlier, so might be getting to
Kory's out on options. He's going to have a couple. Oh, is that a
bestowed Herald of Torment?
Herald of Torment?
Is
That's
that
what I
right?
was thinking.
Is that the card that we said he had in his? Herald of Torment.
Ooh. Wow, what a turnaround this would be if. So we're gonna fight. Is that a Fall of the Hammer there?
And a Fall of the Hammer to answer from the other side.
Wow.
Uh-oh, do we have another one?
Is that Titan Strength?
Who's in a Titan Strength is his own guy, so that survives the Fall of the Hammer. So pretty exciting exchange there. We had double Fall of the Hammer, Titan Strength.
What sucks with that is you're still left looking at a Herald of Torment
Absolutely,
on the other side.
and if we had diminished our removal before that exchange, we've definitely diminished it now.
Man.
So Herald of Torment's going to be pretty exciting.
It's so crazy, the bestow creatures, how good they are in that aspect. You see something like that, them fighting over removal, trying to do stuff, and then you're still left with a significant threat.
This huge body that you now have to deal with. I mean, the 3/3 flyer is going to potentially cause a problem. Of course, it is going to drain Jesse for 1 each turn. Oh, do we have a Lash of the Whip after the?
Wow.
So we put the upkeep trigger on the stack.
I didn't even see all this removal in Kory's list. We're looking over. He has played 2 Asphyxiates, 2 Fall of the Hammers.
No, 1 Fall of the Hammer, I believe.
1 so far. Okay, yeah. They traded them back and forth. He's played 1 of those. A
Lash of the Whip.
Lash of the Whip. I saw him mill his Magna Jet and Shrike Harpy.
Yeah, the question is going to be what sort of answers or what sort of questions can Jesse continue to pose?
Indeed.
Not sure what sort of threats Jesse may be able to put out there. He does have an Nessian Asp, but even Nessian Asp right now would be, it's a great blocker, but it's not going to do a whole lot else.
Right.
At least until it goes monstrous, but still you've got a lot of guys on the other side of the field.
Yeah, we're about to get to a critical mass point on Kory's side to where he's going to be able to just swing for the fences.
I mean, the 1-3 or the 1-2, the 2-4, and the 2-3 are not huge threats to his life total, to Kory's life total. So
Right.
he's definitely can afford to get some guys sideways if he sees some opportunities to do so.
Right.
Kory's in the tank. He has he's going to send a guy into the red zone.
Plays. It's one of the guys. Red card.
Is it conscriptors? I think it is. Yeah, a Crowan conscriptors is a guard that we've seen a couple of times today be very, very, very good. I mean, basically, it's going to threaten every time he targets it. It's going to threaten one of his opponent's guys.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
you can also threaten you can also target your own guys to give them kind of a cheap haste or whatever. Depending on how many effects left he has to target, though, because he's used his falls, the hammers, and all of the other things.
Titan strength.
And his Titan strength. So, not sure how many more of them he has left in his deck there to actually target this guy. So, Jesse may be somewhat dodging a bullet if Kory can't target it any further.
Looks like he's holding a grip of, I know at least one mountain. I think it may be 2 mountains. Deliberating, crashes.
Send some guys in the red zone there. Ragemonger's going to get double blocked, and Voyaging Satyr is going to chomp.
Kill off a Grave Merchant. No, couldn't kill either. That's right. Yeah. About 4 toughness.
Did get to kill off the Ragemonger, and at this point, Kory is looking at the war of attrition. The long-term trading 1-for-1 on guys is very reasonable when you're also getting damage in because you outnumber your opponent's your opponent's team by a lot.
It's like Kory checking out and seeing if he's got any options left.
I mean, Kory still has a War Overlord and Mogus, so which he may have just drawn. It's hard for me to see the card that was just drawn, but it looks like it could be a goat card. There it is. It was in fact Mogus.
Big Mo Nasty coming to the party.
Yeah, we now have a situation where
Jesse's in big trouble now if he wasn't before.
Right, I mean Mogus is going to
that's an active Mogus as well.
Right, yeah, I mean it's going to deal 2 damage to him during his upkeep unless he sacks a guy. Sacking a guy is really not an option for him because your opponent has an active Mogus.
Yeah.
So now we have the potential to just get in for a bunch of damage and make really short work of Jesse's life total.
Cyclops.
So does that take does that make Mogus no longer a guy?
I think so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it does look like exactly enough to fog his opponent.
Big play there. It's going to keep Jesse in this game. Don't know for how long, just like you said.
Why did
Kory still hasn't poured over?
Do we know why Jesse took 2 points of damage there? Oh, well, he took it during his upkeep. Never mind.
Yeah.
I figured it out. Mogus has an ability. He's not just a giant guy. Nessian Asp gets sideways, and the Emissary is back in the battlefield.
Okay. Okay.
This looks like it might be a Born Overlord.
That's an Born Overlord.
Trigger. Get 4 guys.
Now my Mogus is active.
Make my Mogus active. Just bomb, bang, bang. Now what?
Yeah, Jesse put up a really good fight, but it's just too much.
Jesse does have a fade into Antiquity that he can draw into, assuming he hasn't sideboarded it out. And after seeing Mogus, he probably don't.
Right.
So, like, he's not drawing completely dead. He's definitely going to have to block Mogus right here. And then he's finally going to be able to kill the Death Bellow Raider or whatever that guy is called, since Kory can't regenerate him. But he's going to need to draw that fade into Antiquity really soon, or he's going to be in big, big trouble.
The Born Overlord, what's the power toughness on that guy, too? The Harpies are 1/1s, correct?
Right. Ooh, are we getting aggressive with our Messian Asp here? Like, what is...
I don't know if he's wanting to bait, maybe chumping some guys and to try to turn off Mogus. He's probably just grasping his straws at this point.
The Born Overlord's a 6/6,
Gosh.
so I don't know what our plan is to block him. Before something really bad happens. So we're just basically going to take our life total and flying damage this turn?
Yeah. Do we still have Harpies in play? He meant... Okay, yeah.
There we go. We have
tokens.
actual Harpy tokens here. One of which was sacrificed on the upkeep, but now we have...
And I think he chunked one into the Nessie Asp as well.
Yeah, one definitely blocked, and then the other one...
I don't think Jesse has anything to it.
Well, he's going to have some if he can definitely block. He's going to Savage Surge his Nessian Asp. So he's going to make his Asp 6/7 and untap it and be able to block the Born Overlord and kill it.
That's huge right there.
And only take 2.
Does that turn off Mogus as well?
It will
yeah.
once combat damage happens, but he's going to throw this Opaline Unicorn under the bus that is Mogus.
Man, Jesse hanging on.
And go down to 5.
Nice play.
I mean, the downside of this is he's at 5. And he's going to be at 3. And then next turn he's going to take 1 point of damage from the Flyers.
Right.
Assuming he can't block it. And then he's going to die in his upkeep.
There you go.
That's... Jesse has what we call, Kory, has what we call inevitability.
Yes.
Unless something massive happens or the fade into Antiquity gets drawn by Jesse, like he is going to be drawing pretty dead pretty quickly. Not sure which creature this is that's getting played here. I think we're about to find out. It's the Oracle of Bones. Yeah. I think Jesse's trying to figure out what his outs are. He's definitely going to 3, and I'm pretty sure he is dead to drawing fade into Antiquity, and didn't get it, so...
That was a
There you
great
have
fight, though.
Absolutely.
He definitely could have scooped him up a long time ago. And, had he drawn fade, he's still not out of it there. But... So Gods and Planeswalkers, very good in your shield pool.
Gods and Planeswalkers, very good, yeah. Now here's the question for you that I will go ahead and throw out there. You've watched some amount of sealed Magic the Gathering today,
right?
Probably more than you had previously in your life.
Yes.
So that's probably not true, but maybe, I don't know. Which do you think is more powerful and limited? Which would you rather have? a god or a planeswalker.
Planeswalker. I mean, we kind of had this a little bit of discussion earlier. I think it just really depends on which one, because you see like something like Mogus and even like a Perforos has planeswalker-esque ability to where it doesn't even have to be active to do anything, and it can eventually kill its opponent without ever swinging.
Right. It just gives you a lot of reach.
As opposed to something like having Thassa, where you're getting card advantage, but if you can't ever turn her on, in a limited, it's not as big of a deal. Right. I think it's gray area for me, because obviously, and then on the other side of that, I would definitely take an Elspeth over a god, but maybe not so much a Xenagos planeswalker.
Or Kiora. I think
right.
I think clearly that Elspeth is the most powerful card in this limited format. Somebody asked me this earlier, like, what card would you most want to open if you were playing today? And the answer was, I snapped answered Elspeth. And like, really, do you think that's better than some of the other cards? I'm like, yes. I think Elspeth is going to win you the game in a very short number of turns, right, unless your opponent can answer. And there's really only two ways to deal with her, other than through direct damage or combat damage or whatever.
Right.
They can either Thoughtseize out of your hand, or they can Hero's Downfall.
Sure.
And that's really about it. There's not a lot of Oblivion Ring effects. We're getting an Oblivion Ring in.
Very excited about that.
Yeah, in Journey, or an Oblivion Ring effect.
And then just the instant speed disenchant, whatever, the Deicide?
Yeah, Deicide.
That's crazy. Whatever.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be. We've got about 9.5 minutes before the end of this round, so hopefully we'll be able to get the next round started. Looks like our connection speeds are pretty good right now, so just checking that out here on the bottom of our screen. So that's about as good as we've seen all day. So hopefully, if you've been having technical issues and you've braved it with us and stuck with us and been patient, we appreciate it. And hopefully things have gotten better, and hopefully they will stay this way for the rest of the day. So now,
going back to your discussion there, like, from what I've seen and just a little bit I've read about the format too, I know the white weenie, cheap aggressive strategies are generally the most popular among pros and the like, and I have seen that more, but something like an Elspeth is the only other, the exception that I would make when I start playing larger bomb, heavy drops. Otherwise,
right? Yeah, I mean, nobody's happier than I am to see a bunch of favorite hoplites and Wingsteed riders and phalanx leaders and battle-wise hoplites and those guys in a seal pool. Like I think that's, and then if you also get the spells to target them,
right,
that becomes one of the more powerful strategies in the game. Those who have watched our stream of Standard have seen me play a blue-white aggro deck. And it's based upon kind of some of those.
The last couple of weeks, I've wanted to. I haven't had a chance to see that one. I was intrigued by that one.
Well, you can go to youtube.com/Crimson Castle Games, and you can watch any of the replays of any of the matches that I've been in. Nice way to plug our feed there.
There we go.
And we do appreciate all the follows and the likes and the comments and criticisms. And if you guys have anything that you want us to know about, we do appreciate any feedback that you want to give out there, because we're not here for I'm not talking for my voice, and I don't think anybody really wants to see my face either. So I am definitely here to get feedback and to hopefully make this situation be as positive as we can, make it be entertaining for you all, kind of give you all as many insights as we have, which for me is not very many.
Not in this format, like I said.
if we when the modern PTQ comes around, very many, because I don't play that format either. So I'm gonna have to spread my wings a little bit and get to learn the format a little bit better.
I know those cards a little bit better.
Especially, yes, I can at least recognize the cards a little bit better. I've played this limited format
cards that I've been playing.
But I have a proclivity towards certain colors, and so I can recognize cards of those colors a lot easier than
Right.
some of the others. And the 2 matches that I've gotten, the 2 or 3 matches I've gotten to commentate on, have been the colors I don't play a lot. So it is what it is. Couldn't get the Esper colors. I'm a big fan of Esper colors in this limited format. I've not had a lot of success with red cards in this format. I've not had a lot of success with green cards in this format. So for whatever reason, I consider myself to be a reasonably decent Magic player, and especially when it comes to draft and limited formats, I consider myself to be okay. I'm never going to win a Pro Tour. I'm never going to even win. I'm not going to win Grand Prix Atlanta. Like, I'm going to play, but like, don't be looking for my name in the top 8, because it's probably not going to happen. But I'm going to be there. I'll be tweeting and whatnot, my experience while I'm there. I'm really wanting to get my hands on one of those Planeswalking Dead playmats. Those things look amazing. Wish the supply of them was a little bit greater than what they're going to be. But, it is what it is. Playing some events, get some buys, spend some money, whatever it is. Those things look really sweet. I love The Walking Dead as far as a TV show. I like the comic book.
I love that.
So
now that you mentioned that, we do have a GP trial at our local store, Crimson Castle. We're sponsoring today in Tuscaloosa, May 3rd. It will be after Journey Mix is released, so it's going to be sealed format again, but it's going to be Theros, one of the guys, Journey of Nyx. It'll be a $25 entry. That's on Saturday, May 3rd. The registration will be at 11 a.m. We'll start roughly at noon at Crimson Castle. If you're local, it's 15th Street, Tuscaloosa. You know where it is if you're local. But if you're not, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Crimson Castle Tuscaloosa. Like us, and you can see, store address, everything there is online. And plenty of ways to get info about the events coming up.
Absolutely. You can also you can contact us by email. We are crimson@crimsoncastlegames.com. You can call us on the telephone. Anything you want. We are available on the internet. You can tweet at me. I'm one of the owners of the store. I will be more than happy to give you any information that you want. I will be head judging that event, so you'll get to see me in more of a judge role on the 3rd, because I can't play in it, which is unfortunate, because I need the box. But I'm not going to get the box. So following that, or prior to that, obviously, is the pre-release next weekend, which is the big thing we're all gearing up for. As much as I would like everybody who's here today to come to our Grand Prix trial, I don't think that's going to happen.
Right.
But I think we could get 60 or 70 people for our pre-releases. The monkey in the truck is working on a beating. He's
heavily trolling us, which you can't see.
So if you wonder why my eyes keep going over to a box that you can't see,
randomly laughing, we're getting trolled.
Yeah, that's what happens when you employ people at less than minimum wage. So volunteer staffs are volunteer, right?
Yeah. You mentioned it, though. We do have. I'm glad you said that. The pre-release is next weekend. Castle will be holding events. Midnight pre-release. We haven't done that before.
Yes, so it'll be our first one.
First time we do a midnight pre-release. It'll be Friday night after draft.
Yeah, it'll be after Friday Night Magic. So normal Friday Night Magic.
6:30. Then we're going to do a midnight pre-release. Obviously Saturday will be the normal pre-release schedule, and then Castle holds Two-Headed Giant with the pre-release packs and everything on Sunday afternoon. So if you can, it's three events that can make one of them, we'd love to have you out.
3 chances to open a Johnny. 3 chances to open. What else? What else would you want to open out of so far out of Journey into Nicks? What do you think the dollar cards are going to be out of Journey into Nicks?
I don't know what Godsend's going to do. I don't know if that's going to be something that it's going to be played or not. There's obviously the gods, the black-white god.
Yeah, that
the red-white god.
I just built a black-white EDH deck that I think that black-white god's going to make a good addition to.
That guy's amazing.
May in fact be my general in the very near future if I'm able to get one.
That's
Well, it looks like we've got the chat coming up, so I might be able to actually see what you guys are saying out there. Nope, we're just talking about other stuff. Never mind.
That's one of the things we talked about earlier, is the impact of gods and formats like Commander and stuff like that. So good. It's very hard to remove efficiently, and just for the value you get off of them.
Hey, monkey in the truck, it's round 5, not round 4.
But
anyway, back to our discussion. Yes, the god cards. I mean, they're really efficient, really cheap. By and large, they can affect the board when they come into play. Some of them have effects over the long haul. We just saw what Mogus can do. I'm sure Mogus would make a really good general. Apparently now we can also see the chat again. So if you guys want to start chatting at us here, we will be able to talk to you and answer any questions that you guys may have. The round's almost over, so I'm going to be tagging out, and you'll be getting back to DT and Drew, who I'm sure is more exciting than I am.
Is that a real number? 3,727 views?
I do not know. Okay, is that? It's not viewers. I think that's all-time views on our channel.
Oh, okay.
It can be entertaining.
I mean, I'm kind of vain, so.
Yeah. We're now being trolled by players as well as the monkey in the truck.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many of you are out there watching us currently. I don't know if he can get us that number, but that would be the number that I'm mostly interested in. 10 whole people. Well, we're glad you're here.
Yep. Chime in,
let us know.
Feel free to join in the trolling.
Feel free to tell me that we're terrible, because we probably agree with you. But hopefully we've been entertaining to some of you guys. We're hopefully going to get some shout outs from people within the Magic community on Twitter a little bit later on. Once we get to the top 8, we've got some people you may have heard of who have said they would plug us. So hopefully that's going to be coming up, and there will be more than 10 of you out there listening to the glorious voices that are Dustin Thompson and Drew Bentley.
Sweet melodic sounds of quintessential stud muffins.
That's what it is. All the old married guys, I think, is what it actually is.
Yeah, old married wives, or old married husbands club, whatever.
Yep, that's us. Not sure where we are as far as matches outstanding. Somebody is pouring salt into the wound, I think. Yeah.
Somebody spilled the salt. I was joking for it.
No. What? Yeah, the bandwidth's actually picked up quite a bit. So. Drew Bentley has stopped by to hang out with us while he's waiting to come back on camera at the start of the next round. Or do you already want your seat back? Because I guess I will be tagging out then, and I will be tagging out to Drew. I just want to give one more quick plug. YouTube.com/Crimson Castle Games if you want to watch any of the replays of anything that's going on today. Like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Crimson Castle Tuscaloosa if you want information about our upcoming events, or just want to interact with us or give us feedback or anything like that. Obviously, you're watching us on Twitch TV. Hopefully, you have liked us or followed us on Twitch TV. That would be ideal. For any of the future content that we have going up, Wednesday Night Magic, Thursday night Yu-Gi-Oh! Saturday we normally would be doing Yu-Gi-Oh! But obviously not this Saturday, not next Saturday either. I don't know if we have any plans to do anything on the pre-release. I don't know if we're going to try to do any commentary. I doubt it. I think most of the people want to play if they're going to be there.
Yeah.
But we might just have a camera over some games so you can at least watch. I don't know how entertaining that is, but it doesn't really cost us anything. So
everybody
we might
loves
do
to
that.
watch Magic.
Right. Well, it's more entertaining when you have me and you know,
Of course.
being terrible at commentating.
Just can't have your cake and eat it too.
Being terrible.
Terrible.
It's terrible. So those are the ways to get in touch with us. If you want to come visit us, obviously we're located on 15th Street in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, right across from Central High School's football stadium. You can call us or contact us if you need better directions than that. Otherwise, I'm going to turn you over to Mr. Drew Bentley to do a much better job of this than I have done. So appreciate you tuning in, and we will talk to you all later. Thanks.
Appreciate it, guys.